Thank you. So I'm Linda. I'm an ice cream binge eater. I like heavy metal. I'm an idealist, and I like sleeping. And yeah, what more to tell about me? So I'm working at the Impact Hub, and this is the Impact Hub, by the way. And we are making the world a better place. So, but I'd like to start with you, and so I brought a question with me, and that is, what do you really care about? And I'd like you to think about it for 1 minute, and after that, share it with your neighbor in 1 sentence, okay? So, start thinking. Okay, did you find something? Would you like to share it with your neighbor? Okay. So, the question why I ask you that is, first of all, because I'm always interested in what other people are doing and what they really care. And second, I'd like to share what I do, what do I really care about, and it's world justice. And I like to share my story where I'm quite young. I'm 31 now, but I have an interesting life path. So I started as a florist, and I made a training as a florist, worked in a flower shop. Then I did a training as a forwarding agent, so moved goods from A to B. Then I started school again to go to university, and I did a bachelor's degree in economics. And after my bachelor's degree, I went to Augsburg, where there is a master's degree called Finance and Information Management. And I studied it for 1 year, and then I had a near breakdown because I found myself in an environment or an influence where I do not belong to. Because as I said, I'm an idealist, so I always had this passion of like changing the world. And I went there because I thought, okay, finance is big stuff. You can really move something there because this is a big lever, and I want to push this big levers and change something. And I had a professor, and I think he was inspired by my young idealism, and he tried to convince me that this is a very nice idea, but I don't think, you need to be realistic. And I found myself in a struggle, so I had a year of a deep inner conflict, almost close to burnout. Very young, I'm at 28. And then I stopped there. I just didn't finish it, so I just went and said, okay, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm not going to be here any longer because it doesn't feel good for me. And after that, I realized it was because somebody tried to push me in a way or try to guide me in a direction I do not belong, because that I belong in an environment where you can have really big dreams and where you do things that other people say this is not possible. And one thing is making the world a just place. I cannot just be at some working environment and doing my own stuff and care about like what I'll eat for dinner, or I need to change the world because I don't know how to describe it. It feels like when you see what is out there, so poverty and like hundreds of social problems. I do not climate change or whatsoever. It really hurts me. I want to do something because I feel this is. I have such a big potential, or I grew up in this country where I was able to go to the university, where I had excellent education, where people gave me the resources to make something out of my life, and then I felt the obligation to really change it. So I broke up my my master's degree, and I went to another university and studied agricultural economics. But that's not the point, because in this time I somehow managed to strand in the Impact Hub. And this is where I realized, okay, these people are as crazy as me. And this is where I belong, because they're just putting these crazy ideas into action. And this was a really nice moment, because I realized I lost hope in this when I was in Augsburg. I really lost hope that there is the possibility that this is just a dream of mine, and it's just forget it. And Augsburg is actually a nice city. And but I really lost the hope that there is a place where I belong, where I and my crazy idea and my really crazy idealism belongs. And so it gave me so much energy when I saw that there is other people out there, and they're not sitting there discussing, they're really building something. And it's not only us, it's 200 people in Munich. It's around the world in 103 impact hubs now, with like over 70,000 people, and they're all prototyping our future in a radically different way. And I'll have, and now I'd like to return to you, because this is my journey, and I hope it gives hopes if somebody is as idealistic as me. And I don't know who of you know this TED Talk. It's really worth watching. Start with why. And it's like, what? Yeah, watch it. So this is the place where I'm stranded, and I'd like also to invite you, and this is, I think, my message also, to, if you have this, if you care about something, and if you have the feeling to protect it or to do something for it. For example, some of you might have said, I care for my children, or I care for my family. I want to have a better world for my children. I want to have a world where other people can live with the same resources as I do. But how should I start? I mean, it's huge. Yeah? And I think this is also my message, that you have to just start walking somewhere, and that there is places and organizations out there who are aggregating those people, because only collectively we can make an impact. And this is not about the super inspiring entrepreneurs, like building electro vehicle company and making it really awesome, but it's about all of us. It's about every one of us making a small difference. And this is what we also do at the Impact Hub. We build communities, and we bring people together so that they collaborate and share their ideas, and also put their ideas into action, because there is nothing more powerful than when you start with a really, really strong purpose, and when you start walking that way. And what inspired me a lot, because I told you that I had lost hope, that I'm like a small person and I want to change the world, I want to make the world a just place. And then there people told me, Linda, you are just a girl in Munich, what can you do? And this is the point where I found the Impact Hub, and we have this global claim that says ordinary people can make extraordinary impact together. So if we join forces and work with each other, we can make difference happen. Thank you.